Welcome back to V8 Creative and part 34 of the Ultima RS build, and on this episode we're focusing on the interior. Yep, we're back in the Dean Den and another all-day pass, and what a day I've got. I've been allowed a takeaway later on this evening. Ooh, Indian chicken vindaloo, I think. And then there's also F1 on, and we're going to see Verstappen win again, aren't we? Well, when I watch this back, I'll see if I'm right or wrong. And then we're focusing on the interior of the RS. Now, what I mean by that is I'm going to be carpeting the beast, number one. Number two, the center section, I'm going to be covering the dash with the leather trim kit. And then if I have time, and only if I have time, because that takeaway will call me later, what I'm going to be focusing on is the rear bulkhead. And what I mean by that is trimming the carpet to fit it prior to final fitment of the center section. So without further ado, let's focus on carpet. Now, I've been fortunate enough to ride and drive quite a range of supercars and hypercars, and I must say there is one common theme. The interiors are, how should I put it, minimalist. So with the Ultima RS, we followed that same trend, and what you see here, this is the carpet kit for the floor of the RS. Now, those of you that have been following religiously will remember this carpet is edged. And when I ordered the kit, I had to decide whether I was going to edge it in just black or whether I was going to go for red to match the brake calipers. Now, what I decided was, again, I just wanted to understate the interior. I know, it sounds funny, doesn't it? But really what I want is just small accents of red and not really glaring piping. So I've gone for black. So what you can see here, we have the two carpet panels that actually stuck in the seat rails. And then here we have a pre-cut piece that actually goes where basically the front of the cockpit. Now, when I built my GTR, I just left it bare aluminium. And I tell you what, getting in and out with no grip, I tell you, it was like a skating rink. So this is definitely a very good upgrade. And then here, this is a rubber mat that's been pre-marked to go around the three pedals, and this provides grip on your heels when you're going through the cogs. What I'm going to be doing now is, when I'm actually applying this, I'm going to be doing it in faster than normal speed, because you'll get the idea. And remember, this is sticky stuff, so really I've got to concentrate, because you've really only got one chance to get this right. But to be honest, these are flat panels, so it's going to be pretty straightforward. So as we can see here, this is like the tray for your heels to sit on, and this is the rubber Ultima provide, this ribbed rubber, and they've kindly marked it where I've got to cut it out. So I'm just checking it's spot on. Yeah, that looks good to me. Right, I'm going to cut these out here first of all. Back in a minute.
Leaving this place, the sun's about to break. You're riding shotgun. The feeling we chase, I'm wide awake. Take me away now.
Hello Roofy, come to see what I'm doing.
If I'm having a good time, don't you blame me. Yeah, this feeling I've got's making me crazy, making me crazy. So I'm just gonna drive. I'm just gonna drive. drive you.
Okay, roll on the sticky stuff. Oh, it seems such a shame to put sticky stuff on this beautiful aluminium, but anyway, here goes. We'll do the rubber first. It's all been trimmed, which was pretty easy actually. So,
Future is ours now. The road never ends. It's me and my friends. These are the good times. And I'm feeling like I could go on forever. And I've been running out of air, so let me catch my breath. The feeling I've got's making me crazy. If I'm having a good time, don't you blame me. Yeah, this feeling I've got's making me crazy.
okay. Now I'll put some on the back of, oh God, I can't get it out. I'll put some on the back of the rubber now. So here we go. Glue, sticky. Okay, so. So it's touch dry.
I'm just gonna drive you. I'm just gonna drive, drive, drive.
So as we can see here, we've got the two footwells carpets in place, which was a bit sticky, but fine. Now what we've got to do is put on this piece of carpet here, which is basically the front part, and I'm just going to have to put glue all over those rivets. I love my rivets, but I'm just going to have to hide them all. And the actual trim for this, I'll have to cut this to butt up underneath. So this looks like a join. And I think that's it. Okay, let's get on with it. And now we're moving on to leather. Yep, we're going to trim the dashboard in leather. Now, before we actually do that, there is one small job I need to do, and this is really because I'm a bit fussy. It's just why I get the name Detail Dean. Now, if we look here, what we can see is this is a hole for this air vent. Now, interestingly, this surface here is actually curved. So when the air vent is actually located, let me push it in for you, like so, what you'll find is the gap around the air vent is not the same all the way around. You can't, it's a bit difficult to see, but up here it's say a couple of mil. Here it's flush, which is fine. Around here it's a couple of mil as well. Now, okay, you can't really see it unless you're lying down inside the car looking up, but I am a bit fussy. So I was speaking to the factory and Jeff gave me a little tip. Now, the tip is, what you can do is you can make a tool which is very simple. I'll show you the tool in a minute. And actually just put a bit of P38 filler around here and just sand it down so this air vent fits perfectly flush all the way around. And I've actually done it over the other side. So let me show you the other side. There you go, round, 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 round. Here you go. So you can see here, you can see where I've put the filler, and it's built up more down here because obviously the curve goes in. And now that air vent fits on there absolutely perfectly. And once that's all covered in leather and the air vent in, it will be perfecto. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you the tool. Hold on. Let's come back this way. Ah, there we go. There we go. So let me take this out. There we go. Now, the tool I've made is very straightforward, and here it is here. So this is basically a circle of aluminium, another circle of aluminium at the back, and then here I just have a roll of tape. Now, if I undo this, okay, now the reason I've used this roll of tape is it fits in that hole. I'll actually come in from the back. It fits absolutely snugly. Look at that. It's absolutely perfect. And then what I do is this, which is exactly the same diameter as this. This goes on the front. The other aluminium sheet goes on the back. And then what I do is I just spin this up. Okay, so now it's tightening up. Now what I need to do here is make sure the lip around this is the same all the way around, which it is. And then push this back until it touches some of the dash. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get some P38 filler and just basically pop it behind this rim and then just smooth it out. And actually, the P38 is dry now, so what I'm going to do is sand this down and then get it to a point where what I'll do is I'll put another coat of P38 around a few areas that may need filling. Then I'll leave that to dry and then I'll sand once more and then we're ready for leather. And there we have it, all done. Let me just get the disc. So if I lay that up against there and look inside, it is absolutely no gaps. It's perfectly sealed. So yeah, looking good. And there we have it. A bit dusty, I know, but the dash is in perfect condition now to be covered in leather. Let's just open another pot of glue. So Ultima's leather trim kit has three parts to it. The first two are to cover the binnacle here. So what we have is we have this little small piece here, which goes in here, and we can see I have my red contrasting stitching. And then here is the main part, which goes over the binnacle itself. Now, as you can see here, it's been beautifully double stitched. Now, the challenge is when you apply it, this double stitch seam has to sit on this edge here. Now, the reason why that's really important is this thing's staring you in the face. So you need to make sure that line is spot on. And to be honest with you, it does want to sit there anyway. So if we take this piece off, all right, I'm going to simulate what I'm going to do. So basically, we're going to mark a center line, get this glued in the middle, and then stretch this down around, pull this in so we can see this double stitching follows that line. Now we're going to be using contact adhesive here, so more sticking. So a lot of this will be done with background music because I'll be concentrating, so let's get to it.
I'm driving, you're smiling, just really doing nothing. That's the thing I like about you. On the highway, it's our way, Route 66, and we keep on driving. We just do what we wanna do. Yeah, no, nothing's complicated with you. Hey, playing songs on the radio, sing along to the words that we don't know how. Brings out the wildness, let's just run away. Yeah, I could drive the whole along, being with you is like being on the rodeo highways. Brings out the wildness, I got a little crush on you. You say that I'm crazy, it's just the way that I get every time that I am with you. Your laughter takes me to heaven, I just wanna make you repeat it and repeat it again. Yeah, you make the sky so blue. No, nothing's complicated with you. Hey, playing songs on the radio, sing along to the words that we don't know how. Brings out the wildness, let's just run away. Yeah, I could drive the whole along, being with you is like being on the rodeo highways. Brings out the wildness, I got a little crush on you. On the highway, it's our way, Route 66, and we keep on driving. We just do what we wanna do. Hey, playing songs on the radio, sing along to the words that we don't know how. Brings out the wildness, let's just run away. Yeah, I could drive the whole along, being with you is like being on the rodeo highways. Brings out the wildness, I got a little crush on you. Ooh, I got a little crush on you. I got a little crush on you. I got a little crush on you. I got a little crush on you.
So here we have it, complete. Everything's bonded in place. I'm quite pleased about the stitching. It's come out beautifully around here. And you can see I've put the instruments in, and the reason I've done that is that's the best way I've found of keeping the leather taut to stick it in these recesses. So there you go. If I look on the back, you can see I've got a return here that's glued in, and then this then sits on there like that. And really the same principles apply putting the leather on the main dashboard. It's just what you do first is you focus on this center section first, And then once you get that in place, then you focus on each of these curved edges one at a time. Because this in here, which you can't see at the moment, is the hardest bit because it's like concave. So anyway, now what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to clean this with solvent to get all the dust off before we start gluing. So here we go, here's the leather, double stitched. And there's some distinct stages we've got to go through. So first of all, I have to mark the middle of this. So you fold it in half. Like so. And fold it in half. And then I've got a China pencil here, which I mark the leather. Where the center is. Okay, so pull it forwards. No, don't push down too much. Pull it forwards. Gently smoothing out, and we'll pull it this way. Just gently pushing it down. And then pull the front down. That's looking pretty good. Ooh. Right, so that is, just make sure it's the seam being straight. It's the most important bit here. Yeah. Well, I need a beer for this job. Steady my nerves. Okay, right, so give my instructions. Right, place the two surfaces together. That's what I've done. Okay, align the middle of the seam to the middle of the radius. And that is what I've done. So I'm quite happy with that. That's good, that's the hard bit done. Right, so now what I have to do, which seems completely counterintuitive, is peel this back. Oh, geez. So I peel this back so I can see the join again. There it is. And then what I do is I apply glue to the join, some more glue around here. Now let that dry. Another beer. Okay. That's dry. So I pull this forward. Now this needs cutting and pushing in there.
I'm driving, you're smiling, just really doing nothing. That's the thing I like about you. On the highway, it's our way, Route 66, and we keep on driving. We just do what we wanna do. Yeah, no, nothing's complicated with you. Hey, playing songs on the radio, sing along to the words that we don't know how. Brings out the wild ones. Let's just run away. Yeah, I could drive the whole along. Being with you is like being on the rodeo highways. Brings out the wild ones. I got a little crush on you. You say that I'm crazy. It's just the way that I get every time that I am with you. Your laughter takes me to heaven. I just wanna make you repeat it and repeat it again. Yeah, you make the sky so blue. No, nothing's complicated with you. Hey, playing songs on the radio, sing along to the words that we don't know how. Brings out the wild ones. Let's just run away. Yeah, I could drive the whole along. Being with you is like being on the rodeo highways. Brings out the wild ones. I got a little crush on you. On the highway, it's our way, Route 66, and we keep on driving. We just do what we wanna do. Hey, playing songs on the radio, sing along to the words that we don't know how. Brings out the wild ones. Let's just run away. Yeah, I could drive the whole along. Being with you is like being on the rodeo highways. Brings out the wild ones. I got a little crush on you. Ooh, I got a little crush on you.
And yes, another episode draws to a close, and boy, what an episode it's been. And apologies for those of you waiting for me to trim the rear bulkhead because I've run out of time. But to be fair, we've made a lot of progress this week. Fully carpeted interior and also the dash fully covered in leather. So all I'm going to leave you with is thank you for supporting me. Remember those thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe and tick that little belly thing because then when I post, you get to hear about it. But until next time, all I've got to say is just enjoy spannering.